Well, hey everybody, Lazerbolt here, and welcome to Friday Night Flights. We're all ready to have a good time tonight. Hopefully you are too. Grab yourself a drink and grab a snack. Tonight we are taking off out of, what is the name of this place? Tjukayirla Roadhouse. And it also has a road runway. You notice that the runway is actually part of the road. So we're going to be taking off out of here. It's extremely, it's a bit of a narrow runway. This is where we landed last week and we had fun. We're going to be taking off out of here tonight and having a good time. We're going to be visiting Ayers Rock, also known as ULURU. And yeah, it's quite a place. It's very important to the indigenous people around here. It has ties to the origin story of the universe for them. And yeah, so we're going to be doing that. We're taking off here in about 3.5 to 4 minutes. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and we'll be taking off soon. And hopefully everybody's having as good a Friday as I am, because I'm glad to see you. Got our buddy Captain Hopper already chiming in here. He wants to know if there's going to be tacos on this flight. Dig some tacos. Well, Captain Hopper, I dig some tacos too, man. I just had those yesterday. Yeah. That sounds really good. And a happy fly day right back to you. So, make your final preparations here. Check your flaps. Check your parking brake. Tonight, on the first leg, actually all of our legs tonight, we're going to be climbing up to 10,000 feet. Count on doing that. When we get to 10,000 feet, well, even before that, we can begin turning. We're going to go right to a heading of, what are we doing here? 063, I think it is. Yeah, turn right to a heading of 063. And that will get us on course. It's almost pretty much straight behind us. But yeah, we'll turn right to get on course. Our first stop is Jameson Airport. So yeah, we've got a little bit to go before we do that. So climb to 10,000 feet. We're going to be doing 260 knots indicated. So yeah, 10,000 feet, 260 indicated at a heading of 063. Right now we're currently sitting down here on runway 26, I believe. And yeah, we encourage anybody who would like to fly with us, go ahead and do that. Grab an airplane and make sure it can maintain 260 knots at 10,000 feet. And yeah, we would love to have you. Everybody's welcome. All the information is in the description of the YouTube video down there, so check that out. It shows what we're flying, where we're going. We, of course, like to fly these C-130s. We fly those a lot. A lot of our pilots, too, like Miratech back here, is in that F-35 Lightning. Lightning II. That's a hell of an airplane, too. So they look great together. It's really good. I see somebody back there. I don't know if that's, is that Wingnut? He is in the, what would that be? Is that the C-17?
Yep, C-17.
Right on, C-17. That's another good choice. That'll keep up with you. That's a default aircraft right there. So that's really good. Hey, we got our buddy Captain FS 2024 joining us. So good beans. Good beans. The whole gang is gathering down here. I saw Longhorn Ram around here not too long ago, so he's got to be joining us. Oh, there he is in Discord. Hey, Longhorn. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah. Be taking off in about 1 minute. Flaps. Yes, everybody, make sure you got a nice cold drink for tonight. It's roasting out here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed it is. Cheers to everybody.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
That's good stuff.
Yes, it is.
I'm going with the light stuff tonight, the Miller Lite.
Miller Lite, it's not a bad choice. Had a Miller Lite last weekend for 4th of July.
It goes down pretty easy, pretty quick too.
I'm sure. Okay, pilots, it is 10 after the hour. Let's go ahead and get these birds in the air. Reminder, 10,000 feet, 260 knots, turn right to a heading of 063. Right to 063. Get us right on course. Lazerbolt is spooling up. We're rolling. Let's go. Alukeb wants to know how many or how much. Well, how many? If you're asking about Miller Lights, I had one, and that was enough for me. Got me through the barbecue. Had a nice little barbecue over at my sister's house. That was fun. Hopefully everybody had a good 4th of July.
Yeah. Steady, Longhorn, steady.
It's weird. 4th of July feels like it years ago. It was just 6 days ago. It does feel like a long time ago. Look at all these beautiful birds joining us. Wonderful. Alright, on our way. After all the problems we had last Friday, or I really didn't want to go through that again. So I did the old, like the Microsoft suggests there, if you're having issues with your sim after the update. I cleaned out my both of my community folders, the 2020 community folder and the 2024 community folder. And I don't know, hopefully that worked. I had to reinstall the Dirty 30 and all the liveries and all that kind of stuff. But it, I don't know, so far seems fine. I did a little testing during the week and didn't have any problems at all, so good. Yeah, you betcha, Captain Hopper. Time to pull them chocks indeed. Get these birds up in the air. From what I understand, Captain Hopper spent some time around C-130s himself when he was in the military. Well, look at you guys already pulling up in formation. That's just awesome.
Yeah, it's this Dirty 30 that's not playing nice with Sim Update 5 because it just locked up on me again.
Oh, did it?
Man,
Did you try doing the wiping out your community folder and let it rebuild itself?
Yeah, I have nothing in the community folder.
Okay.
But the
Well, you
Dirty
should have Blackbird in there, but other than that.
Oh, yeah.
Jump in that C-17, man.
Yeah,
I'll be your wingman.
Because I even tried flying this by myself solo last week after the flight, and it did the same thing. It just randomly locks up on me.
Oh no, I had that happen last week. It did it twice to me. I haven't had it happen since. I've flown quite a bit this week. Yeah, you never know. It might be a little more related to multiplayer. When you get a lot of these birds together, sometimes it's pretty tough on the system. So our buddy Captain Hopper says he saw a KC-47 doing touch and goes at the airport yesterday. Oh, wow-wee.
nice.
Yeah, I haven't
Nice.
seen anything like that around here. It's dope. Alright, getting ready to level off 10,000 feet. Set my auto throttle to 260. We're on our way to YJAM. That would be Jameson Airport.
Mirror Tech, your gear's down. At least on this screen.
Nope, I see him just fine. No gear down.
Okay.
It's a multiplayer gets weird that way sometimes. In the Blackbird C-130, we see each other with our doors open all the time and tailgate down and just all kinds of weird stuff that's not actually going on. Love our buddy UK Grass. Not sure how to pronounce that, but he's with us down there. He's got that C-130J from Captain Sim. It's a nice little bird. He was joining us in Discord a little while ago. I love hearing that Australian accent he's got. It really fits the flight. Kevin Hopper says they had ski-130s on the base. The Ice Pirates. They used to support McMurdo. Well, that's awesome. I remember the old the Captain Sim C-130 that they had for FSX. Had a version that had skis. Biggest thing I remember about that is it was really hard to stop it. It's like an airplane like that almost needs an anchor or something you could throw overboard. Yep, like that C-17 there, wingnut, looking good.
Yeah, I think it flies good. I enjoy flying it.
It's one of the few airplanes that's way bigger than the one we're in. We're in a pretty big airplane here, this C-130. But that C-17, Globemaster, I believe they call it. It's a big one. Tonight I am in the illustrious Blue Angels Fat Albert version of the C-130J from Blackbird Simulations. I love it. Nice little bird.
That looks beautiful.
Longhorn always makes fun of it and says it looks like a duck. And I see that. It's got that big yellow nose. And yeah, it does look a little bit like a duck. Y'all may have noticed that there's a number of our airports tonight that are not in the Blackbird's database. So we'll just have to do it by using the EFB and all that good stuff. That'll get us there just fine. I looked up to see if there was any way you can correct that, and lo and behold, guess what? There is a way you can correct that in the Blackbird simulations, but it'll cost you.
No kidding.
I hope they didn't do this on purpose to be that corporate about it, but you know how it has that one, let's see, it has the digital map that you can use, and then that's for
yeah.
You know what I mean? The digital map, that you can pay a monthly subscription to this company, and then you can get, I forget what the company's called, but it's a really nice, actually it's quite widely used among sim pilots, and it has current up-to-date charts and everything. But if you do that, it'll automatically update the database, which is like, okay, that's cool and everything, but I'm not going to pay them $10 a month just to have a couple airports in the database.
Yeah, it is a subscription, and that's the only reason why I didn't get it, because I didn't want to pay that monthly fee for something like that.
And from what I understand, it's pretty well done. The company who does it keeps up on it pretty well, and there's constant updates. But yeah, no thanks. No thanks. The simulating is already too expensive as it is. Between all your hardware and all that kind of stuff, and all your add-on airplanes, I'm good. Really, the absolute only difference it makes to me is without it in the database, it makes it harder to see how far away you are. But if you just look at the map, you can tell how far away you are easily, you know?
Yeah, just look at your EFB and you can get an idea.
Yeah.
The good thing about the C-17 I'm in is it loads it in the computer automatically for you, and it gives me that distance.
Yeah, Bob, I think the guy in chat's talking to you. Alucab says, hey, friend from Tennessee, how's the weather? How is the weather?
Well, we had a small thunderstorm earlier today, this morning, and then it came out nice. It's about 83 degrees.
Nice and humid now?
Humidity's been high. Yeah, we've been having like 87, 88% humidity, and right now it's not so bad. It's 66, but it's 82 degrees, so it's good.
All right, huh?
And thank you for asking, buddy.
yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, it's not too bad around here. It's been in like the mid-80s all week, which, that's okay. It's better than the mid-90s, so it's not bad. It actually usually cools down a little bit, and when, like right now, the sun's getting ready to go down, and I can already feel a drop in temperature. It feels good sitting in front of my window. Look at that gigantic ass bird there. It's huge. It doesn't look much bigger, but it's pretty big. It's way bigger than we are. Best thing about that also is it flies pretty well, and it's a default aircraft.
Yeah, it's real smooth. It has everything that the C-130 can do and probably more.
Oh yeah, we would definitely have trouble keeping up with you too, with those jet engines you got. If you put the metal to the pedal there, we would be left in the dust. Same thing with those F-50 or F-35s. We'd all be left in the dust. Those things are quick. Yeah, Captain Hopper, I agree. They never should have stopped making those C-17s. I was unaware that they did stop making them. It's a shame.
I thought I heard the other day that they just had an order for some new C-17s.
Really? Maybe they're bringing it back a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah,
It does seem like a very useful aircraft, for sure.
yeah. I think they were just saying, you know, just for, you know, our military, the mobility of our military need it more than
Yeah.
ever now. So
They're pretty good too with the runways they can get in and out of. It's like for such a huge aircraft, it can manage some relatively short runways. It can pretty much hang in there with this C-130 when it comes to short runways. The C-130 is notorious for being able to land and take off in short, tight spaces. And I think that C-17 can keep up, give or take. And my buddy Miritech there, he knows his way around that F-35 pretty well.
yes, he does.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Did you see what just happened there? How all of a sudden I kind of went backwards for a
Yeah,
second?
I've seen that.
Yeah. Do the rest of you ever see that happening where it happens to you, or
Yeah,
is it just me?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's I'm sure it's a multiplayer thing where it's just transmitting the packages back and forth. It gets behind itself, and then all at once it catches up. Beautiful Friday, and I'm so glad to be here flying with my friends, and also everybody who's watching the stream. I really appreciate it. It makes a big difference to us. Mir's going full Top Gun up here. Say cheese. Smile as he's taking a picture. He's
It's
gonna have to,
all in the wrist.
yeah, he's going to have to prove to the colonel that he saw a C-130. I'm glad to see our buddy Captain FS 2020 flying with us too. Usually he joins us about halfway through the flight. He was here since the beginning this time, so good to see you, buddy. A little information here on our first stop, Jameson. Let's see here. We're looking at Yankee Juliet Alpha Mike. Well, when we come in, let's see here. How about, yeah, how about we do runway 1. It's easy enough. The runway 1 should get us there. We are looking at 5,500 feet of asphalt. A little bit of an elevation here. We got 1,700 feet. So 1,733 feet of elevation before we get there. So count on that. We're going to descend down to, about 3,700, right in that neighborhood, as we're coming in for our final approach. So yeah, count on runway 1. 5,500 foot of asphalt. That should be just enough. Plenty, actually. So let's see here. Let's set this to a heading of 1-4, and that way I can see which way the runway is heading when we get there. our buddy James Holmes from Scotland. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Hello there, he says. Just remember, when an alien turns up, it might not be your enemy. That is true. It might be E.T. or it might be Rocky from, what's that, Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, don't be shooting no Rockies down.
That's
Yeah, it's good to
available
see
on
you,
Prime
James.
right now, and I saw it last night. Pretty good film.
Yeah, wasn't that good? I love that. I've watched it twice now. I really enjoyed that. I was kind of screwing around with something, and I wanted to have something in the background the other day, and I thought, hey, I'm going to watch that again. It's great. Great movie.
I can't say I really understood what the astrophage was really doing to the different suns.
Right.
I can't say as I really understood how they were affecting suns in any way, but it made for a good story, I guess. You know, it was a good story.
Yeah, I saw a really good informative show where they were interviewing the author of the book. It's the same guy who wrote The Martian, and he's pretty good at that sciencey stuff. They gave a great explanation of it, or he gave a great explanation of a whole bunch of stuff going on. James Holmes, good night, right back to you, buddy. We will have a safe flight and have a happy Saturday. It's probably almost Saturday morning for you. So yeah, it's always good to see you, man. Yeah, one of the things that they didn't make it perfectly clear in the movie, I think they did a little more in the book, but not in the movie, which is how come when Rocky's spaceship got there, they had so much extra fuel that he could afford to give some to Grace? You know what I mean? When Grace and the humans got to the place, we were out of fuel. There was no way we could come home. It was a one-way trip, and we knew it going there. We just couldn't carry enough fuel to get us back home. But we're going to save planet Earth, and so that's worth it. But Rocky's species, when he got there, they had way extra fuel. And the reason for that is, they mentioned it briefly in the movie, that Rocky's species has not, they've never discovered electromagnetism, and they've never discovered time dilation or general relativity. So they did not realize that if they traveled all the way to that star at relativistic speeds, they were going relatively close to the speed of light, they would get there quicker than they thought they would. You know what I mean? So basically they saved fuel. They had enough fuel to get there and get home, but because of relativity, from their point of view, it was quicker. And so they arrived there sooner than they thought they did, and they said they had a bunch of extra fuel. And I thought, well, that's good. They could have mentioned that in the movie, you know, that's why they have so much extra fuel, because they were counting on coming home, and they still had extra fuel. And so I thought that was pretty good. Kev is accusing me of loving Star Wars, and I do. I love Star Wars. It's great stuff. Big fan. And also, I thought it was a little weird as I was watching the movie how quickly Rocky picked up on the English language. It was almost like right off the bat he understood English. Like immediately he understood English. And he likened it to, you know, it's just their makeup, their build. Their nervous system and brain is built a lot more like a computer, almost a quantum computer, how quickly it works. And they absolutely never ever forget anything. They never, it's literally hard coded into their system when they hear or see anything. And they never forget anything, and they work really quickly. He likened it to, you know how like in Star Trek they have the universal translator, and nobody questions that. And the universal translator picks up on the language instantly. I mean, within talking to a species for 10 seconds, the universal translator already gets it and is translating what they're doing. And that's kind of how Rocky's brain works. They're really good at making those connections. They never forget. And they just basically, after speaking with Grace for just a few minutes, he was able to pick up a lot of the language, and then picks up more and more as it goes rather quickly. I was like, okay, that makes sense. I'll buy that. Why not? If you're going to buy the rest of it, buy that too. Yep, great movie. Loved it.
If you're into westerns on Netflix, I recommend Old Henry.
Old Henry on Netflix. I'm unfamiliar with that. What's going on there?
Well, I don't want to spoil anything. It's a farmer who encounters a gentleman that's been shot, and then a whole bunch of interesting things happen. And then it's got a really interesting surprise as to who Henry is towards the latter half of the movie.
Right on. But it takes place back in cowboy days and all that stuff. And,
Sure enough.
I like that. It's a good setting.
Yeah, after playing Red Dead Redemption recently, I'm wanting to watch a whole bunch of westerns.
That's another idea I've got for I want to make a video about. I don't know if you've noticed on Netflix lately, but Netflix has a Red Dead Redemption game. So it's like, I'm thinking about playing that and making a quick video about it, maybe even just a short. I played the new Red Dead game, that kind of a deal. And just give some thoughts on what it is. I can't imagine it's anything too impressive. I'm guessing it's kind of maybe a choose your own adventure sort of thing. But they had a trailer for it, and the trailer looks pretty good. The trailer looks just like the game. You're robbing stagecoaches and doing all kinds of stuff. It looks just like the game. So I'm going to give that a shot one of these days this week and do a little recording of it.
They just released another game too. I think it's called Unsettled, and it's a horror.
Netflix did?
And it's got the voices of Sadie Sink and I can't think of her name from the latest Batman movie.
Okay. Sadie Sink is she's the one from Stranger Things. She's going to be in the new Spider-Man movie too, I believe.
Sure.
Everybody is speculating on who she's going to be.
Oh, Zoe Kravitz is the other lady.
Oh, nice. Right on. We got Captain Coast up in here with this sweet-ass C-130 he's got. He's got one of those C-130s from Captain Sim. And notice how we can see it perfectly, because for some reason that's one of the issues with the Captain Sim C-130. Any of them. They got the C-130H, the C-130J, and they have an AC-130. Well, all of them have the same problem in multiplayer. If you're using the 2024 version of it, you'll just look like the interior of it. All you can see is the inside of the aircraft. There's no wings, no tail, no nothing. You look like a big black bus. And I wish they'd fix that. It's been that way for a while. It's been that way for over a year, maybe two, ever since it came out. Actually, ever since 2024 came out, it's been borked like that. And I wish Captain Sim would get around to fixing that. Captain Sim is unfortunately, they make some aircraft that I really enjoy, such as this, but they're not very good at keeping them updated. And there has to be tons of people saying, I tried flying that in multiplayer and all my friends are laughing at me. So it's like, come on, fix it. But you can get around that if you just disable the 2024 version and use the 2020 version. Turns out when you buy it, they give you both versions of it. You can fly it in either sim. So just disable the 2024 version, and the 2020 version will look just like this. That must be exactly what Coast did. Otherwise, we wouldn't see him properly. He must have already done that. So we can see him just fine.
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing, but I didn't have enough time, and then I had a crash.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I hope you have time to join us.
I made the fatal mistake of trying to load the electronic flight board while I was in VR. It freezes.
Right. VR just adds a whole extra bunch of problems.
Yeah. So I opted out. I'm just flying the Pilatus.
Well, we're setting a pretty good pace. We're making our way to Jameson.
65 miles out.
65 out, that sounds about good. Yeah, if anybody would like to join us at Jameson, please do. Please do. See, the IKO code is Yankee Juliet Adam Mike. Yankee Juliet Alpha Mike up in here, and we're going to be there in probably 15 minutes. Apologize for all the noise outside my window. Apparently girls just want to have fun. So that's what they're doing. They're even playing the song. I suspected that girls just want to have fun.
You got back in the C-130J Longhorn? Or
No, I'm in the C-17 and trying to figure this thing out. I haven't flown it since the 2020 days.
Right, we used to fly that quite a bit in 2020. Back then it wasn't even part of the game, but it was free. Now they decided to just put it right in the game. Why not?
I'm trying to figure out the auto throttle and how to get up to my altitude.
Right on.
It's all up there on the center, top center dash, your altitude setting. And
Yeah, I have it set for 10,000 feet, but for some reason it's got me on altitude hold at 8,500 feet.
you have to it's squirrely. You have to right click on the button once you set it. For something to activate it, you have to use the right mouse click on that button, push it in.
And that just zooms me in.
To right click on your mouse?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, my right click on my mouse is set to zoom. Okay, actually I have the center wheel set for select, and that was what it is. I did the center select, and now I'm going up just when I want to go down.
Most of these buttons
Good
you'll
beans.
see, you'll have to do that. You may have to use your center button in to push that button in to activate it. Same thing with your heading select. Same thing with your auto throttle settings. And then there's a toggle for auto throttle next to the autopilot toggle switch up there on the dash too.
Yeah, I found that. Oops, I gotta turn that back on actually.
No better time to learn than in the sky.
Yep.
Yep, start flipping them switches.
Preferably at a good altitude.
Well, now we'll see if it stops me at 10,000 feet. Yeah, it's slowing down. Okay, good. So that worked now. Now I'm at 10,000, or coming up to 10,000 feet. I wanted my auto throttle set for 350 knots. Anything over that, I go into the yellow, and once I hit 500, it went into the red. So it's like, yeah, it's probably in the danger zone.
Guys, I'm guessing it's getting relatively close to time to descend. I'm going to set my airplane up here to descend. Now that you've figured out your altitude hold, I'm going to set mine to descend down to 3,700. That will put us about 2,000 feet above the ground as we're coming in for an approach. Also, I am going to turn to the right just a few degrees, beginning now here. How about 070? Or 070. That should do it. And I'm going to begin my descent down to 3,700. Might be a little bit on the early side, but nothing too crazy. We're not in a big hurry to descend. Coming in. It's been a bit since I've flown this this Blue Angels Dirty 30. I love it. Great paint job. It's a fantastic Blue Angels documentary on Amazon Prime too. If you get a chance to watch that, I highly recommend it. It was filmed in IMAX. And it's beautiful even on your TV screen.
Nice. I'd check that out.
Yeah, it covers like a whole year in the Blue Angels system. They have a season, just like sports teams have a season. And so,
Yeah.
it shows them getting prepared for, their schedule, and they've got it all. And this date we're going to go here, and we're going to go here, and we're going to go here.
Right.
And yeah, it shows the, basically every year they lose people and they gain people. And,
Right.
Yeah, it shows like the new recruits coming in. It's pretty cool. Pretty neat show. Check it out,
That's
Amazon
cool.
Prime. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but I'm sure if you search for Blue Angels, it'll pop up.
I got you.
Right on. Coming into Jameson, looking good up in here.
Hey, wing nut on your C-17, it's got like wing nut on the side of the plane, on the wings.
It's cool how it does that now. It didn't always do that, but it's cool that it
Yeah.
does.
Oh, I see you there on my left wing. Yeah, you're looking good.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Wingnut, there's a wing joint or in town called Wingnuts.
Nice.
There's a town called Wingnuts.
They spell it N-U-T-Z.
Nice. Sounds like a nice place. Yeah, I do like that Captain Sim C-130. That one Coast is in right now. It's a nice bird. The cockpit is quite different. It is all steam gauges. There's no computer panels like this new one has, but I like that old one. I really do. We flew that for a long time. It was my favorite for a long time. Till this one came out. I make a lot of videos about that in the past. And I don't know, people make comments in the comment section. It gets a lot of hate, which is fine. I mean, I'm kind of used to Captain Sim products getting a lot of hate. Like I said earlier, they, sometimes, they release something that's really nice, and then that's it. They never touch it again. They never update it. They never fix anything. The biggest problem I have with them lately is the C-130H, like the one Compass Coast is in. The C-130H is wonderful, and it looks like it's supposed to, and it flies like it's supposed to, and everything's right. And then they come out with a C-130J, which is not actually a C-130J. It's the same C-130H, exactly, 100%. The only difference is there's 6 blades on the prop instead of only 4. And, well, that's not what makes it a C-130J. It should have a modern cockpit, but the cockpit's exactly the same. The performance of it is exactly the same. That's what I'm saying. If I was going to recommend somebody buy the Captain Sim one, and I would recommend it. I like the Captain Sim one. But don't bother getting anything except the H. The H is probably the cheapest one, and just get that. Because it might say C-130J, but it's not a C-130J. And I understand how that makes people upset. It doesn't exactly kill my buzz, but, they are wrong. It's not a C-130J. And same thing, they have that AC-130 gunship. It is not an AC-130 gunship. That's just a C-130J with a gun hanging out the door. It's, it's not the same thing. But to Captain Sim's credit, I will give them a little bit of credit on this, where they, right when you go to buy it, it says that this is a fictional aircraft. It says that it's not correct. So if you read the fine print, at least it tells you before you buy it that it's not technically correct.
Yeah, it looks good on the outside.
Oh, it looks fine on the outside, yeah.
But the cockpit isn't right.
No, not even close. Basically, they all have the same cockpit. They made one version of that aircraft and made it relatively nice. and then they sold 3 versions of it that are the same aircraft. So it's like, okay, Captain Sam, I got you. I'm getting ready to hold level here at 3,700. Actually, I'm going down to 3,500. It's close enough. We should probably be able to see that runway here before too soon.
I'm showing
Coming right
16
in.
out.
16 out?
That's what mine's showing anyway.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. I see where it's going to be. Uke is going to meet us over there. Yeah, might be time to start slowing down, getting ready for some flaps, get ready to turn to final here. I'm going to bring my speed down to 200 for the time being. Slowly begin making my way to runway 1.
What is the slowest landing speed of the C-130?
You don't want to go too much slower than 100. I mean, it'll probably be able to maintain 100, but that's really pushing it. That's I try to
here's
go
advice.
no slower than 110.
Anything above crashing the airplane.
Yeah, it'll fall out of the sky. It'll be right on the edge. So I try to, at full flaps, I don't go any slower than 110.
I got you.
Like I said, you'll find people that'll be like, oh, you can go way slower than that. Well, I don't know about way slower. You can go about
You're not
100 if you
stable.
really if you want to risk it. You can go about 100. But stick to 110. You're
I
fine.
usually do 110, 120, sometimes
Yeah.
even 130, but any slower than that, you're unstable.
Yeah,
Well, the
it
problem
comes
is
in
one-
kind of like a kite trying to like catch the wind. If you're going too slow, it'll side slip
Well,
a lot.
Once you hit that threshold, there's no forgiving it. Just goes straight down then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Falling
It
like
acts
a
like an
rock.
elevator rather than an aircraft.
Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty. Alrighty, I start doing some flaps here and slowing down, so we'll get these birds down on the ground. Going gear down. Remember to not forget your auto throttle. It is a common thing to do. I say that to remind myself as much as everyone else.
Yeah. Same for you, Longhorn, on the C-17. It's got that auto throttle too. You got to watch.
Yeah, I turned all that off now.
I'm going to try not to cut you off, Kenius. I'm coming in right next to you. get off the runway here before I'm in everybody's way.
Right behind you, Tailhook.
A nice landing there,
You got
Coast.
Land long if you can, Tailhook.
We got you.
Beautiful touchdown, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh, here comes a big one. Big old C-17. Stomp on their brakes.
I did what you call drifting there.
You sure did. That was like Tokyo Drift. Alright. There's one thing this Blackbird does not like to turn well on the ground. You really got to kind of finagle it.
Okay, apparently 150 is the fallout of sky speed for the 17.
Oh
Really?
yeah, I was going to tell you that.
I was gonna.
That's what I was.
I was gonna
That was-
mention that.
Honest, I was going to tell you that 150 is about what you.
Al, you
Test
Kev, I couldn't agree
confirmed.
more. This sim is amazing. I love it.
Wet my whistle after that one.
Yeah, Tailhook, I love that picture you shared with me there. Was that you in your band back in, what was it, 86?
Yeah, that was 86 there.
Nice. That
Yes.
looks like a true 80s rock band, boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was some serious hair days.
Yeah, it was.
You know.
Yep, I had to
That's
share.
just like-
I had to share my band days picture with you there too.
Oh, yeah, that's
another
cool.
80s
That's
hairstyle.
Yep.
I might have to share those pictures with the crowd here. Now that we're talking about it, if you don't mind.
Oh sure. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, anybody else in the group flight here, you got some embarrassing pictures from your hairstyle back in the 80s and 90s. Go ahead and go ahead and PM me on that in Discord. Did you go under 150 again, Longhorn?
Yeah.
Whoops.
I told you.
Somebody missed the runway.
Oh, whoopsie. Yeah, it is a brand new bird, so
It takes a little to get used to. I understand.
yeah, everybody check this out. This is our buddy Tailhook. I'm not sure which one it is. The guy in front here, the blonde dude.
Nope. I'm the third one. The guy smiling. They always got
Right
mad
on.
at me for smiling.
Nobody's
Got that
trying,
grin.
everybody's trying to look tough, but you're having a good time.
Yep.
Your band was called Thief. I like that.
Yep.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
Here's
they
the
say
picture I
happy
shared with
motorcycle
him.
riders by the bugs in his teeth.
Oh yeah.
That is the most 80s looking band ever. And here's a picture of me back in my band days. This was me and my band. This guy here is the guy on the left is our bass player. His name's Matt. He was a great guy. He liked to party quite a bit. He's dead now. But yeah, he was a great guy, great bass player. This is my girlfriend. I cut her out of the picture. But she had nicer hair than I did. Yeah, that was us. We were playing at a biker party out in the middle of nowhere. They had a big biker barn, a big barn that they owned, and they threw parties there. And we would play out there all the time. Yeah, the good old days, huh? This was, for me, this was
Yeah.
probably like 89, 88, 89, something like that.
There you go. Yep.
Good
yep.
stuff.
Back in the good days.
You got it.
Somewhat carefree. somewhat.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
I guess.
we were young enough back then to where the world was, you know, we'd looked at it differently.
Oh,
I know
yes, we
back
did.
in those days I had a lot less responsibilities than well, I don't know. Now that I'm getting older, I don't have as many responsibilities either, so it's all good. Great stuff. Thanks for sharing that picture, man. I got a kick out of that when you showed me.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. It's I always like seeing the good old stuff, you know. No sense in, you know, keeping them hid. Always share stuff.
That is true. I think we're all down on the ground, are we not?
Where can you see those pictures? Where's that coming?
Yeah, I see UK went and switched over to that citation longitude. That's a pretty nice airplane too. That fits with what we're doing, and it has the perfect speed range for what we're doing. So yeah. Unless we're in a really small runway, you should be just fine. I think for everything we got tonight, that'll work.
How do you see the pictures you just posted?
You posted a picture, did you?
No, where are they, the ones you posted? How do I see them?
I'm trying to see where that picture would be.
Just wondering where the pictures are you posted.
Is it your voice is so muffled? It's very hard to understand you. Well, let's go ahead and get back on this runway. I think we're all down and ready to go. Longhorn's over there, switched airplanes. He's got that Canadian version with the, it's got the maple leaf and a bucking bronco or a bull or something. It looks like a bucking bull. It's got horns. I never quite understood that. A maple leaf with a bull? Okay. Nice looking airplane, though. I am happy to see that my sim and my Blackbird is working a lot better than it was last week, anyway. So yeah, let's get these birds ready to go. Get your flaps ready. We're gonna, once again, we're gonna climb to 10,000 feet at 260 knots. Let's see here. Our next stop is Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock. Yes, we're gonna take our 10-minute customary break at the Ayers Rock.
I go back and change my nose wheel steering, turn off the inverted axis.
Working backwards on that
Is that being problems, huh?
Yep, it does it even on this Turtle Beach stick too, or yoke.
Oh no.
So everything.
That is weird. I've never had that problem, but I've seen a number of people who have.
Yeah, the Blackbird's the only one that does that, because every other plane I've got to go and go back to turn off the inverted axis, otherwise I can't steer.
Watch that tree.
Yeah, I know. It just kind of whipped me around. I thought it'd be small enough I could get by it, but apparently not. At least it wasn't a rock.
We're never going to hear the end of that one. The old rock incident. All right. We're going to take off out of here in 30 seconds. When we do, we're going to take a right-hand turn to heading up 074. Kind of doing that, a right-hand turn to 074 will get us on track to Ayers Rock. And a reminder, we're going to go 10,000 feet at 260 indicated. I think I need to get a new mouse. My mouse wheel is getting really weird. Sometimes it skips ahead about 6 clicks. Sometimes it goes backwards. It's weird. I think it's just dirty, but I mean, how much does a mouse cost? I can afford a new mouse once a decade.
Like a dime a dozen for a regular mouse anymore.
Yeah, yeah. And I would much rather have one that's, you know, corded. I don't need a, you know, I don't need a wireless mouse anymore. Just not necessary. Just adds more problems.
Right, I prefer the corded.
Now you Keb said, and damn, I thought I was good looking. No. Yeah, we were pretty hot back in the day, weren't we? We're smoking hot. Those were the days.
Yes, they were.
All right, guys and girls, let's get these birds up in the air. 074 degrees at 10,000 feet. Lazerbolt is rolling. Let's go.
Okay, I'll let you go ahead of me. You're faster. I'm gonna take off.
Okay. Whoa. What happened?
There is a crosswind. I'm in live weather, and that sock is blowing almost straight out.
Not to mention all the prop wash from all these big birds taking off.
That might have been part of your problem, Longhorn, is the crosswind coming down here.
No, I hit a tree.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Well, at least you're honest.
Well, yeah, and I slowed down too much right before the runway. It went into the 150s again, and my gauge turned red, and I fell out of the sky.
Alyakeb wants to know, what was my band? The band I was in was called Citizen Pain. How about that, Citizen Pain? We were pretty heavy. We were doing some pretty heavy rock, especially for the little town I live in. People never saw nothing like what we were doing. We were just a cover band. That's all we did was covers. Because, you know, once again, it's a small town we live in. There's no, like, record producers from LA looking to sign bands around here. So you got to play what the people want to hear, you know. And people want to hear, you know, they don't want to hear our originals. They want to hear cover tunes. And we were doing, like, we were the only band in town that was doing relatively heavy stuff. We were doing Anthrax, Metallica, Danzig, a lot of Tool songs. One of the reasons we did a lot of Tool songs is Maynard Keenan, the lead singer from Tool, is from here. So we all went to high school with him. So we did a lot of Tool songs because we were impressed with what he did. And yeah, a lot of stuff like that. Got a Slayer.
Yeah, with the band name Citizen Kane, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Citizen Pain. Ooh, there's a difference.
Oh.
We didn't want to get sued. Citizen Pain. Yeah, those were the days, I tell you.
Nice.
I remember our very first gig was at a place called the Sailor's Rest. Very first, we played parties all the time, you know, and we threw parties all the time. But our very first paying gig was this lady-owned place called the Sailor's Rest, and that was kind of like the old people bar. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of music it was, country music or whatever, but it wasn't a very young hip joint. You know,
right.
It was you know, I live in a harbor town, so all the old bearded sailors and all this kind of stuff would go to that bar. But she kept saying, I keep hearing you guys are great. Everybody, like my daughter and all these young people, keep telling me that you guys are just awesome, and I should get you in my bar. And we're like, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't think you guys are going to appreciate our music. No, I keep hearing you guys are great. You got to come do it. You got to come do it. And we're like, I don't know. We didn't want to. because we knew how it would go over. But she just
Right.
insisted. She all in her mind was, I keep hearing that you guys are great. So finally we're like, well, okay, you know, we settled on a price and we showed up and we set up our stuff. And before our first set ended, she had a couple guys come and start tearing down our equipment, put it out on the street.
Yeah.
It's like, geez, lady, we told you. We tried telling
Yeah.
you that this is not your cup of tea. We're
Yeah.
very heavy, you know. The people just don't get it. Most of the
Yeah.
people in this town don't get it, but all the people that come out to our parties do. So yeah, we would throw these raging ass parties, and you know, everybody's like, those guys are great. And no, she did not get it. She didn't understand it. She told
Yeah.
us that we're putting all your stuff out on the sidewalk, and if you're not out of here by, like, you know, in an hour, we're just gonna sell your shit. You know, just get out now. Get out now. She was serious. It's like, God dang, lady, you know, we told you. What do you got to tell people before they actually believe you? You know what I mean?
Right.
We told her
We're-
straight up,
yeah.
this is a bad idea. And it was.
We're a
They
rock
hated
band.
us. They hated us
We're a-
so bad.
Yeah. We're a rock band. We're not a
Yeah.
country band. We're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all you really had to do was play Rawhide and Stand By Your Man. And
Yeah.
You'd have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blues
I mean,
Brothers,
yeah.
Whatever.
They did. They definitely liked both kinds of music there, country and western.
Yeah. Give them a little Freebird or Mustang Sally. Or,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. You got to ease them into what you're about to hit them with.
We had a few of them that weren't all that bad. And we got some, like, we had a couple Ozzy tunes, Crazy Train and stuff like that. There were some
Oh, yeah.
things that were on the radio. But
Oh,
for
yeah.
the most part, it was like really heavy headbanging stuff. That was what we were into, you know. We wanted to, you know, play
Yeah.
the music we liked. And we didn't care that everybody else in town hates it. You know, we would throw parties at our band practice there, our band shell where we practiced. And it was just,
Yeah.
oh my God, they turned into ragers. It
Oh,
turned
man.
out, you know how it is. You're in a band, Tail Hook, you know how it is.
Oh yeah.
As you're
Yeah, yeah.
practicing, when people find out you're practicing, they just show up. And
Oh, it's a party.
yeah, it's a party. Next thing you know, there's 30 people there. Everybody's got weed and booze, and now it's a party.
Oh.
You know, we're trying to learn 3 songs for the, you know, we're just trying to learn some new songs. Next thing you know, you've got an audience. You know, next thing you know, there's 50 people there, and it would happen
yeah.
every weekend. Every single weekend when we're practicing, it would end up being a huge party. And hey, we didn't care. We didn't mind one bit. That was fun. We got girls
Oh,
all
yeah.
over. We got plenty of booze, and
Oh.
everybody loves us. What's not to like,
Man.
you know? But there wasn't any place we could play in town, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always hard for that. You know, especially, you know, the bands I've been in have always been original bands, but we always mixed it up, you know, maybe 20% original, you know, though
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe 5 originals in 3 hours worth of stuff, so.
Right. Well, you know, that's always
Right.
kind of the dream too, you know. I mean, you want to be your own band. But like I said, around here, there's not going to be a record producer in our crowd looking to sign. Like, you can't,
Right.
you know, it was worthless for us to write a song. It was just terrible. We wrote a couple songs that I liked a lot, but every time we played them, people just left. You know, but you play stuff they like and they're in. So we did all night long. We just played the heaviest shit we could find that people knew of.
Right.
And yeah,
Right, and that,
it was good.
yeah, the bar owners, that's what the bar owners, you know, they just want a jukebox, so.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I get it. I get it. But you do have your, you know, your some clubs that do support the local scene and the local original bands, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
you
if
know,
we
but
could have
they're
probably got
starting
a
to
couple
die out.
gigs out of town, we could have got a couple gigs playing the heavy music we were playing. You know, you go to a bigger town and there's clubs that like that kind of stuff, but not around
Right.
here. There wasn't. We played for
Yeah,
like
see,
5 years though, and we were the shit around here. Everybody was talking about us. But a band like that
Yeah.
doesn't go nowhere after a while. You know,
Right.
we're just playing parties. We're not making any money. Eventually,
Oh,
people
yeah.
are just like, yeah, you know, we'll go somewhere
Yeah.
else. All the people in the band it just kind of split up after a while. We didn't even keep in contact. We had a hell of a
Right.
good time for about 5 years though. It was good stuff.
Hey. Yeah, the band that I'm with now, we've been together since 2020 or 2002. So, yeah, we've been together quite a long time. You know, no drama and all that stuff. So, always
That's
put
impressive.
family first, and you know,
Yep.
That's
No
good.
craziness.
That's important.
Yeah, I mean,
it
at
is.
that point, it was just a hobby, really. It was an expensive hobby. And we all loved
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's why we did it. But, we knew right from the beginning we were just getting together to play music. This wasn't going to go anywhere.
Right.
Hell, Cub wants to know, what was the song that I was like, I want to be them? Well, pretty much anything from Anthrax back in the day. I was big into Anthrax. That was pretty good stuff. Did a lot of that. Gosh, what were some of the other bands we did? We did a lot of stuff. Of course, Slayer was okay. Tool, absolutely love Tool. There's not too many bands that can pull off Tool.
No.
They can kind of try, and they can make a radio version of a Tool song. But Tool's really difficult. They got the weirdest time signatures. And we
Yes, they
were
do.
incredibly lucky. Our drummer was just a monster, an absolute beast of a drummer. Just he could listen to something once and he would have it. And Tool's one of those things that where you can't count it out. Hey, how's that Tool song go? It goes 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. No, it's nothing like that. You have to know the song. You have to listen to it a million times and know it before you can copy it. And he was already a big Tool fan, so he knew them. He knew all the songs. And every time we're like, hey, let's do this Tool song, he would just whip it out and play it. It was like, wow, it's incredible. I can't believe that you're playing that Tool's drums, rip. And he was just like easy. It was easy for him. He was out of his mind. He was absolutely batshit crazy. That guy, one of the most crazy people I've ever seen in my life. He was out of his mind. He was a good drummer, man. I tell you what, he was a good drummer. Yeah, I'm sure all this is making a lot of sense to you, Tailhook, isn't it? You've seen all that before, haven't you?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The best musicians you ever seen is like, whoop. I would never have dinner with this guy. I'd be in a band with this guy every day, but I ain't having dinner with him. Crazy guy.
No, there's all kinds. Believe me.
Yep, good times.
Yeah, we used to get together with a few guys when I was in that service, just for fun. Never really did any shows or concerts. We would just get together to play. And
It's still a
enjoy
great
it.
time, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just plain music, man.
We
You
did none of
play
that
music
heavy
by
stuff
yourself.
You're talking about. We did old stuff like John Cougar about the camp stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
all that stuff's good too. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Just
Yeah,
something
we
about
did a lot
playing with
of-
other people, when all of
Yeah.
a sudden it sounds like music, that's the best feeling. You can practice by yourself all you want, but when you're in a band and everybody's in sync, it's just magic. Magic.
Oh man. Yeah, that's what the four guys that I've been with in this band for a long time. It's just, I play with other people, and it's kind of hard to play with them because it's like we all telepathically know
Yes.
where we're going.
Boy, do I understand that. Yep.
Yeah.
You get used to that group of guys you're with. And I know this guy's going to cover that. This guy's going to cover that. We don't even have to talk about it.
Yep. Yeah, and if I'm playing some messed up, out of time roll, just be at the end, and I'll meet you at the end of it,
Yep. And everybody's there.
and we're all good. Yep.
Yep.
And they'll give me that stink eye. Come on, don't be doing all them rolls. There's a place for them, as you know.
I do.
And
I haven't thought
anytime
about
you're-
my band days in a long time. It was
Yeah,
good
yep.
stuff.
And like playing in a live situation, it's like, I always get a little more fired up, and maybe the tempo's a couple,
Yeah.
BPMs more than what it used to be.
Yeah. Oh, it's always like that when you're on stage. It was just the thing is, and when you're on stage is like your knees are knocking. There's a big crowd. Everybody's cheering.
Oh.
Your heart's pumping.
Man.
You're just like getting through it, and you're just jamming your ass off, and then it's over. It's like, gosh, it's
Yeah.
over. What do you mean? We felt like we did 2 songs. It's like, no, you guys played 30 songs. You were up there for hours. It's like, what do you mean we're up there for hours? Unbelievable how fast it goes by. And then you don't remember it. I don't hardly remember any of the times I was on stage. It just something happens, you know what I mean? Something happens in your brain, and you just go into this trance state, and the next thing you know, it's like, what do you mean we're packing up and going home?
Yeah, it's almost like an alter ego that you go through. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They call that the flow state. I'll tell you what, that is real. As real as can be.
Yep.
You guys can't hear me too well. But I'm a bluegrass fiddle player in Australia.
Fiddle player.
I'm a bluegrass fiddle player, yeah.
Oh, wow.
awesome.
There you go.
Yeah, I like
There you
hearing
go.
that.
Yeah, we've got a band called Hitch Up the Pony.
Say that again.
Hitch Up the Pony.
Well, hitch up the pony.
Oh, hitch up the
That's
pony.
it.
I love it. Very cool. I'm learning a lot about you guys tonight.
There you go. Oh, and also if anybody wants to go to like iTunes or YouTube Music or anything, it's Karma 10, Karma 10. That's my band's name if you want to check it out. It's a lot of like I said, original music and that stuff, but we do a lot of covers when we do play live.
Very cool. And I've heard some of your
So-
music, and it's good. It is really good. I was impressed.
I appreciate that.
I'm jealous that you're still doing it. That's awesome to me. That you're still doing it, buddy. That's cool.
Oh man, my
that one-
body
that-
is
That
getting
song you
there,
shared
yeah.
with me, I love that instantly. I fall right in love with it. I can hear your 80s rock influence going on there. It was
Yeah.
terrific.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, man. Tell you what, nobody does sex, drugs, and rock and roll quite like the 80s.
Yeah, and just like you mentioned earlier, you know, you had friends. I had the bass player that just never could get it right, and drugs got a hold of him, and
Yeah.
you know, lost him due to that, and it's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, our bass player, kind of the same thing. He was into heavy drugs. We all
Yeah.
smoked pot and drank beer. That was the 80s.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
have a joint
Oh, yeah.
and drink a beer. But he was into some pretty heavy stuff, mostly after the band. When the band was going on, we never had a problem with him. Actually, he was always pretty together with it. He had a really good job too. I mean, he was like a tool and die maker. He was like a really heady
Oh, yeah.
guy, a real intelligent dude. But after the band, he was into some pretty heavy stuff, and one day he just didn't wake up. It's a shame. He was a nice guy.
That's sad.
Yeah, I remember
That's
back too how we got him in the band. It was like we were looking for a bass player, and nobody knew a bass player. It's like everybody on planet Earth plays guitar. Everybody does. You can find guitar players that are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere, and that's what I did. I played lead guitar. And they're everywhere. But we couldn't find a bass player. And I was like, well, I know this one guy. He's a pretty good guitar player. Maybe he wants to be in a band. I've never seen him in a band. Maybe he'd enjoy being in a band. Just tell him to go buy a bass. Because we all know any halfway decent guitar player is an awesome bass player.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
that's just how it works. This is how it works. A decent guitar player is a great bass player. So I said, yeah, I know this guy called Matt. Let's get a hold of him, see if he has a bass. Sure as shit, like a day later, he showed up with a bass. He had, like I said, he had a good job. He bought the whole setup and everything, and boom, fit right in day one, like a glove. We didn't have to teach him nothing. He knew everything. He was a better guitar player than I was, but I was the guitar player. You know what I mean? I'm the guitar player.
Yeah.
Stand back. I'm the guitar player. And he picked up the bass, and he just freaking was scorching on it. Just a great bass player.
Yeah, it's all them guys like that, man. They burn out too quick and
That is true.
don't know when to stop.
No.
Don't know when to stop.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he had himself a nice little wife, and I don't know if they had any kids. I don't think they had kids. But yeah, he had a really relatively going on, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then one day we get that phone call. It's like, you heard what happened to Matt? I'm like, yeah, I heard. Yeah, it was real sad. Real sad.
Yeah.
And it's a small town. Everybody knew the guy. His freaking funeral was huge. Let's
Like
see.
I'm glad I didn't get involved in all that kind of stuff, and had the opportunity to go to LA back in those days, but
Oh, nice.
yeah, well,
Yeah, how cool
right,
is that?
it would have been great, but who knows what it would have ended up being in the long run. So
Sure.
You know.
You never know.
yeah.
You know, I mean, when it came right down to it, I wasn't all that interested in being a rock star. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
I mean, it's a
It is.
lot of work. I would have just rather just get a job. And that's what I did. I just got a job. You know, we were doing the music thing for fun. You know, but it was like really to actually be an actual hard-working musician and to be on the
man.
road. It's like, ugh. I don't like being
No.
away from home. I got all my stuff here. I don't want to be on the road for half a year. You know. And
Yeah, that,
you know, to
that's
be honest, we didn't
definitely a
have
lifestyle
the
change.
chops to be a professional band anyway, but we sure had a good time.
Yep. Yep.
And we were good at it. We were really good at it. And like I said, some of that heavy stuff is hard to
Oh,
play.
yeah.
There's a lot of bands that just never did. And we were the only band in town
Yeah.
that was quite that heavy. We made a name for ourselves.
There you go. That's just like that movie Rockstar
Yes.
with Wahlberg in it. Yeah. It's just like
That's a good
it's
movie.
just like me. Just like me, I'm a copier service tech, and so was he. Yeah.
Yep.
Working
Yeah.
on the same machine
Decent
in the
movie.
movie that I worked on. It was hilarious.
We are about halfway to Ayers Rock. When we start getting a little closer, you will see bunches of there's points of interest. Ayers Rock is not just like a one thing, a one pointer. There's a whole bunch of like rocks and formations going on that consist of Ayers Rock. And yeah, we'll check it all out. We'll do that right before we land. We are going to be landing on runway 31. Count on that. It's a big runway, big. We got 8,500 feet of bituminous, so it's a big one. Count on that. Runway
79
31.
miles.
Pardon, Bob?
79 miles, mine says.
79 miles, right on. Yeah, probably in another, I don't know, 30 miles or so, we're going to descend. You'll see the points of interest markers popping up. There'll be a bunch of them. There's at least 6 of them. There's Ayers Rock. They call it Uluru Rock. That's what it's called nowadays officially. And yeah, there's all kinds of other little peaks there too. We'll check all that out, and that'll lead us right into runway 31. I think we might have picked up a new pilot back there. I see a name that I don't really recognize. What is that? Mentat? Mentat 454. That sounds like a Dune reference. A Mentat, like Duncan, Idaho.
Yeah, that's my buddy. I told him he needs to join us on Fridays.
Ah, right on. Well, welcome, buddy. What's he like to fly?
And it absolutely is a Dune reference. He's read the Dune books over like 20,000 times.
Okay. Okay, so I nailed that.
I see another Captain Sim C-130 in the back there, Pilato Gomez or something like that. Pilato
Really?
Gomez.
Well,
Nice.
greetings. Yeah, come join us. I love this. I'm picking up a couple new pilots here and there. That's one of the best things about this game, indeed, is like the people you fly with usually got their heads on pretty straight. It's not like hanging out in Fortnite or something. If we were in Fortnite, I wouldn't even want to talk to any of you people. But in Flight Simulator, you know what I mean? Flight Simulator, everybody's usually pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like I said, I'm so glad that I come across this on YouTube and found you, and just being able to fly with a group of guys that like to fly and want to fly, and just not be crazy.
Yep.
That I enjoy
None
it.
of us take it too awful serious anyway. We just enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Plus we do. We take it pretty casual around here. We have a lot in common. Most of us are over 20.
I think all you folks are amazing.
Kitties,
Yep,
you're
indeed.
amazing.
It's good to talk to people instead of texting and email and
Yes.
all that junk.
Yeah. I mean, I really do. I feel like I'm hanging out with you guys, you know?
Exactly.
Like you're right here in the living room with me.
It's like at work. Hey, did you get that email? No, I don't want to look at no emails.
Yep. And if I do look at it, I'm probably not going to reply.
Right. You know, I'm working on copy machines. I'm not looking at emails. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's like that guy on Saturday Night Live, tell Hook, making copies. Tell Hook,
Oh,
making
yeah,
Make
I
it
got a
copies.
little refrigerator magnet that's inside my computer that has that on there. Rich, his name was Rich, I believe.
You know, the copy
Yeah,
guy.
the copymeister. And, yeah, the toner man.
That's funny.
Making
He was
copies.
a great character.
Oh, he was. He's funny.
I can see in the distance where it's going to be. If I toggle my my points of interest on and off, for a split second it flickers up above. You can kind of see where it is. We're going to go just kind of to the right a little bit of all these the point of interest markers. You'll see them, a little hard to miss. We're going to go just to the right of those, and then when we swing around and go over Ayers Rock, we'll be kind of lined up at that runway 31. When we get to runway 31, that is when we're going to take our 10-minute break. It's customary around here to take a 10-minute break and our penultimate stop for the evening, and that's going to be it. That'll give you plenty of time to download the game. Go get some Xbox Game Pass, and that is a good way to get the game for cheap, and it doesn't take much to install it, and you can meet us at Ayers Rock. It'll be a good time. Do it. And while you're down there, like and subscribe. That makes everybody around here pretty happy.
Yeah. They got any trees at this place? I gotta pee.
I think I might see a couple trees down there. They're pretty few and far
Yeah.
between.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like this barren wasteland.
Oh, there you go. All these the point of interest markers just popped in. Not quite close enough yet to tell what they are, but we're getting there. I'm going to bring myself down eventually here in the next few miles. I'm going to bring myself down to about, I don't know, 3,000 feet, maybe even 4,000. Make sure I'm above all the good stuff. Not running into it while we're trying to check it out.
49.
I believe we have we left the area that was called like the Western something, the Western Desert. We're now in the Northern. There's a more majestic name than that, but Northern Territories, I believe, something like that. Yeah, I was looking up the history of Ayers Rock, and like it's got some history. Like way back, we're talking like 250 million years ago. It was a giant, like I forget what kind of rock it is. It might even be sandstone, big sandstone rock. And only about and due to erosion, everything around it is eroding at a quicker pace than the rock itself. And so the Ayers Rock actually goes down into the ground for a couple kilometers. It's huge. It's just a giant boulder out in the middle of the desert, and it goes down a couple kilometers, and just more and more of it keeps getting revealed as the desert gets eroded away. And so it wasn't formed by tectonic plates and stuff. It was just big old sandstone rock out there that keeps getting bigger and bigger because everything around it's going away. Kind of makes you want to see what the actual thing, what the whole thing looks like.
Yeah. Just the tip of the iceberg.
It's literally just the tip of the rock right there. Hey, you're looking good up there, Bob. Got a nice little formation happening. Alrighty, I am going to begin, you can see where this is all going to be. I'm going to begin my descent down to about 4,000 feet. That should keep us above all of the stuff we're trying to check out. Like I said, we're going to go a little bit to the right. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go a little to the right now. So, beware. Heading to the right just a few degrees, maybe 5 degrees.
I'll get out of your way.
Here we go. And there's this little clump of mountain range right in front of us. Ayers Rock is actually a little bit further beyond it. It'll be pretty easy to spot. I'm going to drop down to 4,000 feet. Here we go. Alucab wants to know what y'all drinking, and Laser flicks a bick a lot. Yeah, I'm a pretty heavy smoker. And I am drinking vodka and pomegranate juice. It's delicious. What's everybody else drinking?
Just a plain old Miller Lite.
Got that Miller Lite?
Coffee.
That's refreshing.
Straight Southern Comfort on the rocks.
Oh, you got my vote right there. I'm coming over to your house.
There we
Southern
go.
Comfort is my favorite. That is absolutely my favorite. Love it.
Yes, sir.
Love it.
I still believe that's why the mosquitoes don't bite you there, Lazerbolt.
Too much Southern Comfort?
Yep.
Well, they don't know what's good for them.
Saturday morning, I'm not on the comfort.
It's a little early for you, huh?
A bit early.
Be close enough to see some of the tags on these and see what they are. They all got weird names, you know, like, you know, the Crouching Monkey and the Lady with the Hat and stuff like that.
Yep.
Those are not actual examples, but that's all I could come up with. But they got names like that.
Now, do you like the regular 80 proof Southern Comfort or the higher proof?
They got 100 proof, don't they? I like them both. Actually, I like them both. The 100 proof tastes slightly different. The 100 proof isn't quite as sweet. It tastes a little more like a bourbon, you know. But I do like them both.
Yeah, I'm definitely with the 100 group.
I think one time I bought the 100 proof by accident, and I was like, "Ooh wee, what's going on with this?" I could smell the fumes from here. But I quickly fell in love with it.
Yep.
Alucub says it's a cheap date. He's on that natural high. Oh, natural light. Get a natty light. Right on. That's old school there. Natural light. What did they used to call that? The beer that goes good with food. That was their ad campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to drink that quite a bit in college when I was broke. It was pretty inexpensive beer. Tastes good though. I mean, like, super good.
Back in the day when we were getting like the Hudie balls and the Little Kings.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Little Kings. You remember those? Oh, I love Little
yeah.
Kings. Hell yeah, those were cheap. That was the cheapest you could get.
Yeah.
You could scrape together $5 and get a case of that. All right, well, we got Mount Olga over here in the Valley of the Winds, and you'll see in the distance there's a couple more markers. That's what we're heading to. So we're going to go past this. We're going past Walpa Gorge. That sounds fun. Bet you they have a good time over there at the gorge. Neat. And these are all very classic, traditional indigenous type sites here. As a matter of fact, Ayers Rock is now called Uluru Rock because they gave it back to the Aborigines and took the name away, and they passed laws like you can't climb on it anymore. It's disrespectful. Not to mention it was doing a bunch of damage to it. So there's no more climbing around on the rocks around here, or at least not on Ayers Rock, because it's not cool, man.
Don't be climbing on Lulu.
Don't be doing that. Lots of little stuff around here. You know, sometimes it makes me wonder why, you know, they mark some of these things. Like this Malakata. I'm sure if you're local, you know that place. But to everybody else, it just looks like a mound. There's a pitcher's mound out there. It is kind of neat having this all like out in the middle of the desert. It's flat all over the place, and then you got these sandstone rocks just sticking out of the dirt.
Yeah.
I'm sure this whole place goes down for kilometers.
That's crazy.
I wasn't looking, but now that I look in the right direction, Uluru has popped into view.
Yeah, my wife's a musician. She also played out here 2-3 month stints.
Huh.
At the motel out here.
It is pretty impressive looking, especially considering there's not anything like it anywhere around. It's just kind of by itself. The vegetated dunes. Neat. So let's go a little bit more to the right, and when we get over over Ayers Rock, we're gonna pretty much turn left, and we'll line up with that runway. You'll notice on the map we're awful close to the runway already. It's just on the other side of that rock. I'm gonna slow down too to get a little better view and get ready for that landing. Because like I said, after we get done with Uluru here, we're going to be landing immediately. Runway 31, everybody. Runway 31. I'm pretty sure 4,000 feet, which I'm at right now, is enough to get you over. But keep an eye open, make sure. Matter of fact, I think where our buddy Mentat is over there, that might be roughly where the airport is. Look at this. They got a lot of detail on here. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and fly directly over Ayers Rock. And will kind of put us on a final approach for the runway 31. That is modeled pretty well. It's not easy to model rocks and cliff faces like that. You did a great job. All the striations and stuff. Very cool. I like that. And just picture this giant boulder that goes down many kilometers. that's the actual size of the rock. It's huge.
It's crazy.
Yep, having so
What the
much
hell?
fun, it's hard to believe that we're almost at our final airport already. Entering final right now. Don't quite see the runway. I know we're close. Slowing right down, about 140. Anybody else have eyes on that runway? Oh, I got it. Never mind. There it is. There it is. Plain as day.
Anybody check out what the longitude lodge is? Longitude 131 lodge.
Longitude.
Go take a look. Meet you there.
It actually might be modeled pretty nicely if I was close enough to see it. Yeah, that the lodge. Cool. All right, coming in.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll bet you
Yulara,
they-
that's where she's played.
Pardon me?
Yulara, that's where my wife did a couple of gigs there a few years back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's a good singer and guitar player.
Looks like a bunch of tents.
Yeah. I see a swimming pool on a deck.
Yeah?
Oh, that was a good flyby. Lo and
I was
behold.
going to say that something like that they usually model pretty nicely. Alrighty, on about a 1 mile final approach, runway 31. Hard to believe it is time to take a 10-minute break. Here we are. Pretty high at the moment. I'll bring her down. Yeah, when you get back on ground, back taxi to the beginning of 3-1. We'll park up over there by Mentat. We'll take 10. We're making good time tonight. You can see,
Sorry about that.
you can see the rock from here. Sorry, Coast.
I landed through you.
It looked good while you did it, though. It was a good landing. Whoa, Longhorn, look out. Turn off that auto throttle.
It's off.
That's my only advice.
Whoa!
This thing is really kicking up some dirt, baby. Oh, is Mentat in that F-35? That's cool. Yeah, get ready. We'll take 10 minutes here. Perfect time to let the dog out, maybe grab a snack. I'm going to reboot my cocktail here and make it nice and fresh. Like and subscribe, do all that good stuff, and then you can come join us.
Yeah, someone's going to have to come out here and reset up all these yellow light holders at the end of the runway.
Did you run over them? Got that bird down nice on that center line. Let's go. A little out of control here.
And 30's kicking up all that dust.
Yeah, it's kicking up a lot. Woo! A whole lot. That can't be good for frame rates. Looks pretty nice though.
Can't see anyone's wheel. Shame.
Oop. I mean to pull back into you. Hope everybody's got their goggles on. A little more room for everybody. I got a bunch of boulders right behind me, so good luck trying to get behind me. They're the small boulders, though. I'm sure you can go through those.
Oh, yeah.
Notice that's what I said last time. Turned out you cannot go through those.
That's still hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Pilado Gomez coming in.
It is super funny, and I love it because like YouTube recommended your short to me too, and I watched it and I was just laughing because I was like, I was there.
Oh, yeah. For the rock. Yeah. I had a front row seat too. I got a good picture of it. Bounced up in there. I still feel bad about that, Bob. I'm sorry. I don't think Bob's ever forgiven me.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hilarious. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice looking.
Yeah, see
Nice
what
looking
I was
bird.
talking about, everybody. Anybody watching the stream, you'll see Pilado Gomez is in that awesome Captain Sim C-130J, but since he's using the 2024 version, it just looks like a bus. Very weird. I wish they'd fix that. That doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to fix. It's just a level of detail thing.
Yeah.
But that would require an update, and Captain Sim just isn't into that, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to shit on Captain Sim because I really like that airplane. But come on, guys. It's been that way for years. Just fix it. It can't be that big of an issue. It's the only aircraft I've ever seen that does that. So how can everybody else get it right? And Captain Sim just can't seem to figure it out. Okay, it's 48 past the hour. I don't know, pretty much straight up top of the hour. We're going to be leaving here. So, now's your chance. Grab a snack, grab a drink, let the dog out, all that good stuff. And, yeah, we'll be back in the air in 10 minutes. A
Awesome.
good view of the rock from here. Right on. It is really a shame with those Captain Sim C-130s because I really like them. You know, they're great. Like I said, the C-130J is not actually a C-130J. That's a shame. But it's nice. I like the cockpit. I like those steam gauges. But it looks like crap in multiplayer unless you disable the 2024 version. You need to go into your aircraft list and just tell it to, I forget what it says. It's not called ignore it or whatever, but you can just you can uncheck it or something, and then it'll use the 2020 version. The 2020 version works fine, even in the new sim. And it's really only for everyone else. I mean, you'll see it fine, but everyone else will just see you looking like the interior of your aircraft, and that's it. It's a shame. Like I mentioned at the, even before we started flying, I mentioned that I'd like to make a video. I'm already kind of taking notes of what I'm going to say in the video, but that will probably be the next one, is comparing all of these C-130s, because there's a few of them, you know, what to like, what you don't like. I will definitely tell people, kind of don't bother getting the C-130J or the AC gunship. Kind of don't bother because it's all the same thing as the H. And I'm assuming at this point that the C-130H is cheaper than the rest of them. It's been out forever. But the rest of them, just, they're not any better. They're the exact same thing, have the exact same performance, the same specs, everything, the same cockpit. They just look slightly different from the outside. And not very much different either. Alrighty, be right back. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and roll out on this runway 31, and we'll make our preparations for this final leg of the evening. Yeah, that is definitely one of the things I like the most about this game, and I hesitate to call it a game because it's much more than that. It really is beautiful. It really is. It reminds you just how big the Earth is. Earth is a big place, and you'll never see it all. It's amazing. Ooh, Wingnut, what do we got here? Is that your co-pilot?
Yeah, just a shot of my co-pilot. He'd been eating
Yeah.
a lot of potato chips and drinking beer. Look how fat he is.
That guy looks like a real professional. Got the flight suit on and everything. Look at that guy. That's a nice looking cockpit for sure. That's a C-17.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it all.
Here's from behind of you, engineer position or something.
Oh yeah. I haven't even checked out my tactical officer yet. Don't know what they look like today.
I hope you got lunch, lady.
Well, let's take a look. Let's see what our tactical officer is up to this fine Friday night. What do we got here? Oh, it's a dude. I don't have too many guys back there. Usually it's a lady. It's a guy. Right on. Glasses, mustache, got nice freaking clothes on. Alright, looks like he knows what he's doing, I guess. Let's go. He's keeping an eye on that thing that tells you to scan it so you can buy that thing that they want you to buy.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Actually, like I said, I can't crap on that because I have heard that it's a good service where they provide flight charts and really in-depth, you know. Basically, you could use it for real-world flying. I'm sure they say all over the place don't use it for real-world flying because they don't want to get sued. But they're pretty comprehensive charts. I just don't want to buy a subscription to my freaking flight sim, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I thought about it,
monthly
but
subscription.
subscription is what turned me off.
It ain't even cheap either. It's like $10 a month. It's like, geez, I'm not sure I'm paying that much for Netflix right now. As long as it keeps an eye on the microwave, make sure nobody puts any fish in there. Okay, guys and girls, it's time to get these birds out of here. In less than 1 minute, we will climb to 10,000 feet. We're going to do 260 knots again. And we're going to turn slightly right to a heading of 011. 011 will get us to our final stop of the evening, guys. We're going to do that in 30 seconds. I always say something like that. We're leaving in 30 seconds, and then I never look at anything that tells me 30 seconds have gone by. But it's got to be pretty close. go ahead and get your flaps set. Make sure your parking brake is off. I still have to set my altimeter here, or my altitude select, 10,000 feet. I believe we are all set to go here, guys and girls. Let's get these birds back up in the air and do this final leg. Lazerbolt, spooling up, and we're rolling. It's like the good old boys say, rolling, rolling, rolling.
Along.
Ayers Rock does look pretty majestic from here. And it's just neat that it's like, it's a flat ass desert around here. And there's a big old rock sticking out of it. Apparently the Aborigines don't only believe that it's the like origin of life on Earth, they say it's like kind of the origin of the entire universe. I'll buy that, why not? And I don't want to jinx it, but my sims have been just doing great tonight. Everything. My airplane is doing great. I'm doing great. It's been a good night. I gotta admit, I felt a little bad after last week. I was getting a little bit grumpy. I may have snapped at a couple people, and I felt bad about that. But not tonight. Everything's going good.
Now that's understandable.
Yeah, it's no fun when everything's just like problem after problem after problem, you know. And sometimes the flight sim is just loaded with that. Sometimes you're just going to have a bad night.
I've been hearing from people saying they're using the Sim Update 6 in beta, that it helps the VR, people that use VR.
Oh, really?
That should
that's good.
make Longhorn happy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I just wish there was a way of getting into it and still play multiplayer and seeing everybody.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, you can wait a couple weeks until it's ready.
No, it'll take like 4 months again, like it took to get 5 out.
Yeah. Well, that
But
last
I'll
one
wait.
didn't take that awful long. Doesn't seem like it was that long.
Yeah, I just hope they fix some of the stuff they broke with Sim Update 5.
Right. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of people having stability issues, that's for sure. I know I did, but it was a simple fix. If indeed it's fixed, I better knock on wood here. If it's fixed, I'd be happy about that. So far, so good. And my Blackbird C-130J seems extra stable. Everything seems to be working pretty darn good. I'm not having any trouble with my pitch trim knob. It's not doing weird stuff in autopilot. It's just doing what it's supposed to do. I like that.
Is that problem you were having last week when you were hitting the button, or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, last week I had a whole list of problems, and that was one of them. It wouldn't do my heading hold.
Okay.
Plus, it would just, it flat out crashed the sim at least twice. That's not fun, having to restart at the nearest airport, catch up to everybody.
No. Yeah, I know what you mean, though. It's like 1 minute it's working fantastic, and then you're wondering what setting you messed with to make it crap out.
Oh yeah, sometimes you don't have to do anything. It just
Yeah.
seems to have a mind of its own. And multiplayer kind of brings out the worst in things too. Like I said, I'm not convinced that they spend a whole lot of time on multiplayer. I'm not sure they realize, the people that really enjoy multiplayer, how much we really enjoy it. It might not be on the top of their list of stuff to make sure it works really well. Alrighty, we're on our way. I suppose I could, I'm going a little too fast right now. I'm going about 290. about I bring her down to 260? Let's do that. If you guys weren't in fighter jets, you wouldn't have been able to keep up with me.
You're humming right along.
Yep. Pretty big old body of water going on here, huh? The last couple bodies of water we saw really looked like they were kind of like part of a dam system, like the reservoir. This doesn't look like that. This looks like an actual lake.
Yeah. That's pretty massive.
It's big. It's a big one.
It is.
We are going to continue heading north. I believe next week I'm going to try, hopefully we're close enough, I'm going to try to get to that Tyndall Air Force Base. Looking forward to that. That's a nice little place, and we can check that out on the way out of Australia. We are probably at most 2 weeks away from leaving Australia. It was a hell of a lot of fun here, a lot of good stuff to see, and I enjoyed it immensely. But yeah, after next week, we're probably going to be north of there. We're going to head to the west, so we're probably not going to see Papua New Guinea again. We're going to check that out. We're going to head more over to the east. Like I said, we're going to go to the south of the Philippines and over towards Africa, see what happens. Going to be doing a lot of island hopping.
There you go. A Long Island in one hand and a joystick in the other.
My man, I like how you think.
So did you get any word from Mia? Is she okay or?
Yeah, I haven't heard from Mia in weeks. I don't know. Hopefully she's doing fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully she didn't get sick of our dumb asses and decide to do something else on a Friday night.
Like all these guys.
Yeah. How dare people have something better to do on a Friday night?
Oh yeah. So my wife says, "You doing your flight thingy?" Yep, sure am.
Yep. Been looking forward to it.
Yep.
I've been doing this flight thingy with these guys for how long there, Laser?
We've been doing it at least 14 years with our community there, msflights.net. At least 14 years. It's hard to
And
keep
my
track
wife
of how
still
long it's
says,
been.
"Are you still doing your flight thingy?"
The flight thingy. Yeah, we're still doing it. It's hard to keep track of just how long it was because at a certain point we wiped our website, completely wiped it out. That wasn't our idea. That was the guy who owns the website. We never see him. I haven't seen the guy who owns our website, msflights.net. He owns the Discord and everything. A guy called Kalo. I haven't seen Kalo in years. I mean, every time I send him a message, he replies. I mean, I know he's still around. He still pays attention. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind him stopping in one of these days. He's a pretty cool guy.
That's wild. You guys have been doing it that long on here. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
Way
kinda
back,
great, it.
we started, I don't know, we could probably figure out how long it's been. If you look up that game, Microsoft Flight. It wasn't called Flight Simulator or nothing like that. It was just called Microsoft Flight. We got together when that game first came out. And we were playing that. None of us particularly loved it. I mean, it had its problems. It was a little weird. It was very arcadey. But it was a flight sim, so we all got together. And that's how we all got to know each other. And then when that game kind of took a shit.
I really enjoyed the missions in that $100 hamburger and.
I liked some of the stuff they did. Yeah, I mean, it was good enough to get us together. We liked it just because there wasn't much else to play back then, you know.
Right. Yeah,
And then
I
we
didn't
just
start
started
doing
doing
the online thing until FSX. is
Yeah.
when I started getting into it.
Yeah,
So.
I believe FSX came out even before Flight did. When Flight came out, we're like, hey, it's the new FSX, but it really wasn't. FSX
Okay.
was still better, a better sim.
Okay.
But once Flight kind of went downhill, they stopped supporting it. It didn't have very long lifespan. They just gave up on it. We just kind of all moved over to FSX and started flying that way, and that was really the beginning of our community. That's when we really started hanging out in
Wow.
droves. We used to have 30, 40 people flying with us back then. We used to have moderators because, you know, you get more than 20 people and there's always a total asshole in there somewhere. You know, every single flight we'd have to get rid of people.
I wish I'd have known that back in that day. So, yeah, I always flew with. There was a bunch of guys. They were FSX Blue Angels, and they would do the demonstrations in those.
Razor, right?
We might know a couple of the people you're talking about.
They flew
Okay.
with us too. Some of them.
What? Because I remember you saying one time you kind of knew Tailhook, or not knew me, but heard that before or something. So, who knows? Back in those days.
Speaking of the Blue Angels, I just had the Hells Angels go by my window. But yeah, like Coast said, one of the guys that we knew that was big into that was a dude named Razor.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm 100% sure that there's a number of Blue Angels flight groups out there.
Yeah.
And some of them are very serious into it. Very dedicated.
Yeah, these guys were totally into it.
Yeah, they had their own airplane and everything. I mean, they designed it and made it perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, our buddy Travis, he isn't here tonight, but Travis and Razor used to be kind of good friends. Don't know whatever happened to that, but I haven't seen Razor in a long time. I see Razor's name once in a while pop up on Steam. He's a friend on Steam. I know he's still kicking around. He still plays games here and there. I never see him playing any flight sims though, which is weird. Well, let's see what we got in store. Our final destination of the evening is Yankee November Delta. A little place called, let me butcher this real quick, Yuendumu. Anyway, that's where we're heading. Yuendumu.
Mr. Magumu.
I'm assuming we're going to land runway 30. Let's count on that. Land runway 30 when we get there. So we are looking at 4,900 feet of asphalt. We'll just call that 5,000 feet of asphalt. Yeah, that's plenty for us. We're doing good. We got a decent elevation though. This is over 2,000 feet. So we'll be bringing the birds down about 4,000 feet, and we'll be high enough off the ground not to hit it. So yeah, count on that. Runway 30, and we'll get to Yuendumu. It's really weird that it's recommending both runways. One of them has a 9-knot tailwind, the other one has a 9-knot headwind, and not much of a crosswind at all. But it's recommending both of them. I never pay too much attention to the recommendation thing because I don't have much winds in my, I got a custom, well, it's not really a custom weather. It's one of the preset weathers. But I like to fly in the few clouds preset because it looks nice. Hey Bob, getting a great look at the underneath of your airplane there.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Looking sharp. You don't have any kangaroos or nothing stuck to the bottom of your airplane, so you'll be all right. How big that thing is. It's insane how huge
barnacles.
that is. Or what?
Couple barnacles.
Yeah. None of that.
Maybe some dents from the last rocks I ran over.
That was a different airplane. I noticed you haven't flown that much since I recommended that. Just run over them; they'll be fine. I don't know if you guys have seen the latest short that I posted, but I give a little breakdown of the system I'm using, my entire cockpit, the switch panel and the radio stack and the multi-function panel. And I show how I use it while I'm camping. I can bring the whole damn kit and caboodle with me, and it works really good in the RV. Plug it into the solar panels and I'm good to go.
Cool.
Matter of fact, we got time for that right now. Let me go ahead and bring that up. A little self-promotion for you. There you go. Check this out. This is my system. A little breakdown.
Here we are.
Here.
The throttle and stick I'm using is the Cytec X52 Pro HOTUS. It's pretty solid, high quality. I like it a lot.
Check that.
If you can get a hold of one of these, I highly recommend
Oh,
it.
there we go.
Up here we have 3 Logitech
Did you have any
panels.
trouble
I like them a lot.
with
They're easy to
that,
install and get up and running.
like
You
the
just
panel
plug them
with
in,
your
download some drivers, and they work great.
gear
The one
and
the
everything
bottom
on it?
Here is the
No,
Logitech
no,
Pro
no.
Flight Switch panel.
With
This
some
includes the
aircraft I
magneto
do,
valve for starting up your engines,
that one particular
battery
panel, that's the one on the
switches,
bottom
master
here.
Yeah,
avionics
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
use that with the Blackbird
de-icing
for some reason.
equipment. It's got all
The
of your light
Blackbird
switches
has
down
its
here.
own setup for
Over here
doing
you
all
have a
this
handy
stuff,
gear
and if I
lever.
try to use them both at the
Includes,
same
all the
time, they
lights
can
let
click.
you know what position
But all
they're
the
in.
rest of it's fine. The radio
On the
stack
upper
works
left
good.
is the Logitech Pro multi-switch panel.
The autopilot
It
panel,
includes
that all
things
works
like an
fine.
auto throttle switch,
As long as I don't
flap
plug in
lever,
this bottom one when
a
I'm flying
handy
the
aileron
3030.
pitch trim wheel. It's got all of
Okay.
your autopilot
Yeah, 'cause
functions.
But it's a
I got
pretty
that.
handy unit. I mean,
You
these,
can
I don't
set
know
your
how much they are
altitude,
nowadays.
your
Hardware's getting
speeds,
pretty
your
expensive, but
indicated airspeed.
between all
you
three
can
of
do that
these
all from
panels,
here.
they're
It
relatively
also has
cheap.
all
I
your
think
autopilot
the most
functions,
expensive one was like
heading,
150 bucks,
navigation,
which
approach
that's
hold.
not
Yeah.
cheap.
You can
But
do
for
all your
something you're
ILS
going to be using
landings
for
through this.
decades,
It's
it's
pretty
not that
handy
bad.
stuff.
For something I use
This one over
almost
here
every
is the
day,
Logitech
it's
Pro
not that bad.
radio stack. It's your standard
Now,
over
now
under
did you have
radio
that with
2 units. You can use it for
2020
anything
as
from
well?
comms radios.
Oh yeah, oh I had
navigation,
this. I had
Okay.
these during
unique
FSX.
transponder
Back in the
codes.
FSX
Okay.
days, I was using this.
Each instrument has an active frequency.
And they still hold up, they
and
still work
standby
just
frequency.
fine.
You can easily switch them
Yeah,
back
'cause
and forth.
I got it at Micro
Up
Center,
on
and
top, I have a
for
couple
the
of
life of me, I
iPads
could
I'm
not
using
get
in
that thing
conjunction
to
with
work
an app called Space Desk.
with the
And this
gear.
allows
I
me to
couldn't
display
map
my
it
main
to
avionics
anything. I
panel on
don't,
the
I
left
don't know if I
over
had a
here.
driver issue.
And on the
or-
right, I have my GPS.
It might be a
and
driver
engine
issue.
information.
Actually, there's a, I got it right here. There's a
And here we are.
Logitech Microsoft Flight Simulator plug-in.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
download
yeah.
that right from their site, and I run that as I'm running
It's
the
basically a high capacity.
every time I launch the
rechargeable
sim,
battery that
I
acts as an
launch
inverter.
that plug-in
This
and it
allows
makes
you to
everything work
convert
perfectly.
DC power into AC
Okay.
power. like
Maybe
you
I
use
had
in
a
your house.
conflict with that
So I
plug in
plugged
there
this
because
into
I
the
thought I
system
downloaded
here,
it
it's
and had it
essentially
running
always
when
being topped off
trying to
with
use
solar
it, but I
panels
never
and
could
battery
get it to work.
So looky here, I
Okay.
took my entire flight simulator home cockpit and mounted all of it to this old shelf.
Have
Now
to
I've
try
got
it
my
again.
X52 Pro HOTUS, the Logitech switch panel, radio stack, autopilot panels, all in this one handy portable unit. And just like that, look
flying
at we got
upside down
ourselves a
here
nice
for a
little
while.
portable
Gotta be hard
two-monitor
to
flight
drink your
simulator
beverage
setup
quickly.
going on here. I'm using Space Desk.
It's amazing what you can do with the silly straw.
I use this for OBS Studios and Discord. I also like to drag my GPS monitor over here so I can always keep an eye on the map.
It is pretty handy being able to take my entire setup
we are.
with me.
The throttle and stick I'm using is
Yeah, that
the
is pretty
Cytec
neat.
X52 Pro HOTUS.
Going camping and going flying.
Yep. Yeah, I'm,
As long
matter
as-
of fact, probably
as long
going
as-
to do a little camping this week too. Probably go Monday and Tuesday. Go out in the woods, just get away from it all, and get out as far in the woods as I can.
Not having
Yeah,
any
just
rain
leave-
showers, are we?
So yeah, leave some of the details out this time.
It's not supposed to rain. It's actually supposed to be pretty hot. But I'm going to make sure that I don't have a big canopy overhead, and I'll be able to use my solar panels, and more importantly, I'll be able to use my Starlink for internet and all that kind of stuff.
Longhorn, you ever
Everybody,
get your
Alukeb says he's not drunk.
yoke
and
system
he admits
set up?
that he is. I'm not drunk either, but I probably will be before I go to bed.
Yeah, Wingnut, I've got it going.
What'd you ask, Wingnut?
I was just asking Longhorn if he got his yoke system, all the buttons
right.
set up the way he likes it.
Yeah, I had Chat GPT create me a little cheat sheet too. I kept
There you
trying
go.
different things out, and eventually came out with a nice graphical 8.5 by 11 that basically has all my buttons and
Oh, nice.
controls and everything mapped out. So it's right where I want it now.
Oh, good. I never even thought about that. Did all of mine with trial and error.
And then
That's
try to
how I
remember.
started, but it was more error than trial.
Well, something like that's really nice to have when, because periodically you're going to have to redo it. Just that's how a sim works. There'll be an update that wipes everything, and now you got it all printed out.
Yeah, the only thing that I got to change now is when I do the Dirty 30, I've got to go in and just change to the profile for that so that I can invert my nose wheel steering.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I always love hearing about people's hardware. I like hardware. And there's some pretty cool stuff out there nowadays.
Well, I still have it. It's still sitting on the desk here. It's a Cytec 3D, something 3D. Or, I forget what it's called. It's an old Cytec joystick that's probably 15 years old, maybe 20.
Yeah,
But it still
that
works.
might be the one that has the, what do they call that, Holophx? It's like basically a magnetic ball underneath there that doesn't actually have a
No.
pot.
No, it's got the pots.
Oh.
It's got the twist rudder and the throttle and all that, and worked good. But then I just kept tossing around the ideas, like, I really want to get a flight yoke. So it's like wound up getting this for like $100 off. And
Do you have foot pedals too? Or just the yoke?
No, I kind of want to, because it is really hard to steer with the buttons, the rudder buttons on the
Right.
front of the yoke, because
Yeah.
when you're trying to adjust your throttle, especially the right, because the throttle's on the right, if you're trying to adjust the throttle and you're trying to hit the right rudder, you can't do it with the same hand. So I'm thinking foot
Yeah,
pedal
I have
select.
heard that about it.
We need 3 hands.
Are
Yep.
those buttons that you use for the, like you said, the buttons are right on your yoke that you use for steering, ground steering, and all that? Are those are they just simply on or off, or do they have a? You know what I mean?
No, the brake ones are on off. The rudder controls on the yoke are axes.
Okay,
Axis,
good.
yeah.
Because you'd have to have some,
Yeah, I had to turn the sensitivity way down on it to like 50%, because otherwise, if you just touch the rudder, it would like whip you right or left. So I turned that sensitivity way down. But the brakes are on or off.
Right.
If you got a
Still,
left
that's
brake and a
pretty
right brake. Well, these are some cool looking mountains down there. Like Meritech and Tailhooker.
Oh yeah, there is. Look at that.
exploring.
I like that. Got some stiff, sheer clips. And then look at this thing that just goes for miles and miles. It just looks like a gigantic sand dune. Cool. Yeah, neat. I love it. Everybody's up here looking sharp. I can't recommend to people either enough. I can't recommend enough to get that F-35. That is one hell of a nice jet. If you like jets, get that thing. If you get it on sale, you might be able to grab it around 20 bucks. I think normally it's around 30. But it's a good, very good airplane. You won't be disappointed.
Boy, they get loud. When I'm on the outside view, I hear them guys fly by with it, and you can tell that's a fighter jet.
Yep. Yeah. This sounds good too. Well, I'm amazed that it's a VTOL too. I mean, it does not look like a VTOL. It doesn't have the fans pointing down or nothing. But you can get that thing, well, one of the variations of it, you can get to hover just like a helicopter. It's great.
Oh yeah.
As a reminder, we will be coming in at runway 30. A little bit to go. Can't tell if that's somebody coming up behind us or not. Who's that? Can't quite read the name. Nelson Koost? Something like that. You see that name tag way there in the back? Well, if that's somebody joining us, welcome.
He's in a Beechcraft King Air, it says.
Oh, they're not going to join us anytime soon, are they?
It's like 73 miles back.
Yeah, and they're not going to get any closer either with that thing. That's pretty slow. When I was making the flight plan and I came here to Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, there was a lot of people flying around, just having fun, just having a good time checking it out. Well, that might be somebody just having fun checking it out. So, anybody watch anything good this week? I really haven't watched anything new. The only thing I've been watching all week long is Futurama, and yes, I can recommend that. If anybody hasn't watched Futurama, just watch the whole thing. Binge watch the damn it. Futurama is wonderful. Just so damn good.
It is. That is.
It's a real smart show, and it just kills me. It's so funny. I love it.
Yeah, Bender on there.
Yeah. Bender Bending Rodriguez. His middle name is Bending. Look at that. What a nice looking group. This might be next week's thumbnail. Everybody say cheese.
Cheese.
Remember back in the FSX days where you couldn't go through people? Touching another aircraft would crash you? That used to be real annoying back in the day. Oh, especially since that sim, that took like 20 minutes to launch. And then, especially to get into multiplayer, it would have to do the whole searching for your server, blah, 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 and it would take forever. And it was no fun, and it was very unstable. That wasn't a very good sim. And yeah, if anything happened, it would take you a good 20 minutes to a half hour to get back into the game. It was really something. Back in those days, I would always recommend to people, just turn off your crash detection. Because nobody is ever happy that they crashed. Ever. Ever. Just turn it off.
Yep.
I mean, if you crashed, we know you crashed. You know you crashed. You don't need to actually crash. Well, Nelson Quat caught up with us in a hurry. They must be watching the stream, I'm guessing. They heard us talking shit. Yeah, the King Air caught right up. They're about 4.8 miles back. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
I mean, the King Air is kind of a fast airplane. I don't think it's quite as fast as we are, but it's got some zip to it. It's not like flying a Cessna 172 or anything.
I would imagine he used a funny key, because I don't think you can go from 73 miles back in a couple of minutes.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. That's okay. We won't say nothing.
He's up here with us. That's cool.
Yeah. And I can totally understand people wanting to fly their favorite aircraft. And sometimes too, when you look at the specs, when you're picking out an aircraft, I mean, some of them say it's like, oh, this thing has a cruising speed of like 320, and it don't. It don't.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's way off. Well, he seems to be keeping up with us just fine, so good deal. So I know that Beechcraft, it's a little zippy, but you can also you can change your time compression and go as fast as you want, basically. It might look a little weird, but you go as fast as you want.
Yeah, go for it.
The Honda Jet is a fun little thing to fly.
Alukeb says he wants to see pictures of us today and not when we were good looking. Thanks,
No,
buddy.
you don't.
Yeah, I was pretty good looking about 20 years ago. If you look at the thumbnail on my picture there, that's what I look like today.
Yeah, that's mine on my thumbnail.
Yeah, I do think I want to get out of town for a couple of days and just go spend some time in the woods, touch some grass, throw some pine cones, start a fire. I love that. It's a good time. Actually, I love doing it too, as long as I want to make sure that I can get my Starlink working, and then I can actually get some work done too. Nothing better than, you know, sit there and work on a video while I'm camping. I love it. Bring my laptop.
Yeah. Make you some brisket.
I'm thinking of something. Brisket's pretty damn expensive nowadays.
Oh, yes, it is.
You know, you remember it wasn't all that long ago when brisket was like a shit cut of meat. You know what I mean? You could. It was the worst, terrible quality meat. You had to cook it just right, or it's awful, and it takes a lot of work to make it good. But when it's good, it's great. And it's just not anymore. Now it's like an expensive cut of meat.
Yeah.
You can't get a brisket for under $100 anymore. That's crazy.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy. The stuff used to be 50 cents a pound. So like I said, the
Okay.
brisket is a terrible, crappy, tough-ass cut of meat. And now everybody's like, no, it's a fancy cut of meat. The hell it is.
Yeah.
They used to give it away.
Well, you got to cook it 16 hours.
Yeah, exactly. But if you do it right, there's nothing better. Oh, my God, it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, nowadays, it's like, you know, everybody's like, oh, Texas barbecue. Blah, blah, blah. You ruined it for everybody, Texas barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like going to the little mom and pop places we have here.
Yeah, it's hard to beat a good barbecue. I live right next door to a barbecue place, so I smell it all day long every day. Their smoker,
goodness.
the chimney for their smoker is right outside my kitchen window. So if I've got my kitchen window open, all I smell is brisket all day. Could be worse. You know, could be worse. It smells good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Every once in a while, I can't take it anymore, and I just have to go over there and get some.
Get you a pound and 2 buns, and away you go.
Yes, sir. Yep, buy it by the pound. And just eat nothing but brisket. Just have a big pile of brisket and some bread.
Oh, yeah.
Have at it.
I don't want no barbecue sauce, anything. I'm
Yep.
a purist when it comes to that.
Yep, as long as it has that good smoky flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, we're 12 miles out.
We're how far out?
12.
Oh, shit. Okay. I might not make it. I might have to do a little teardrop shape. I see exactly where it's going to be. All right, well, I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to bring it down to about 4,000 feet. Thanks for the heads up there. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm just sitting here living life. I feel like those airline pilots who were like busy playing a game on their pad. They freaking went right past the airport, and then they didn't have enough fuel. Okay, bringing her down. It looks like I'm coming down real fast too, so look out.
Whee!
Woohoo! Okay, I would be shocked if we can get these birds down in time, but I'm going to try it anyway. If not, we're just going to do a little teardrop shape and come back in on runway 30. We might have to do a little go around for this.
It's all right.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up on that.
Yeah, actually, I think that's right there below us.
Yeah, we're 5 miles from it now.
Well, then I'm going to come
boy.
in on 12 because that's what it's recommending anyway.
Yeah, for me it's recommended both, but it doesn't seem to matter. I'm already down to 4,000 feet though. I dropped like a rock. You know what? I'm going to go for it. What's the worst that could happen?
It just happened.
You can do it.
I'm still going. We're 200 knots. It's going to be rough. Let's see.
Yeah, I can't make that early.
I think I can make it here. Yeah. You see
I
this
gotta go all the
runway's
way
just
around
outside of
like
town.
Longhorn's doing.
All right, here we go. This is not a long ass runway either.
No, it don't look
You know
very
what,
big,
though?
does it?
I think I got this. I'm going to do a nice tactical landing here. As long as my gear's down, and I think it is. My gear's down. We're good. Here we come. Hang on. Shit, that might have been my best landing all night. Look at that. Woohoo!
You're already down.
Yeah, I'm already done. I'm going to go ahead and taxi all the way to the end of the runway here. We'll pull off, and there's no facilities here whatsoever. There's no buildings, there's no tower, there's nothing. So yeah,
Take
just,
the wheels either, huh?
go ahead and pull off. I think if we take our drones out, there's a town nearby that looks like it might be interesting. Like real nearby. Oh, there it is. See a town over there? It might be fun to check that out a little bit. See Coast bringing that bird down. Bring that bird in here, buddy. I'm shocked that I was able to bring that thing down 12 miles. I think you mentioned that at just the right time, Wingnut. If it was a second later, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Good job, Coast. Oh man, get her done over here. I'm going to pull up maybe a little closer to the runway than I should, but that should stop.
Does anybody
all this.
know what through traffic is around here?
what traffic is?
Through traffic, you know, going across the runway while you're landing.
Well, just kind of cross your fingers and do what you need to do.
How long on you're hauling, ain't you?
Not too bad.
We got our buddy Nelson Quad over here.
Actually, I
Got
got
that King Air down. Well then, hey, that worked out better than I hoped. Better than I dare hoped. Longhorn brought it in the other way. I wasn't looking. I wish I was. That looked like it was a good landing. Hey, we got
Great
Winged
job.
Nut coming in right behind him. You can do it.
Yeah, the reverse thrusters don't work as well on this as they do on the Dirty 30, but
The Dirty
they
30
kinda work.
just... Oh, the reverse thrust is a beast on here. Hey, you guys did pretty good, if you ask me. Those are not easy birds to wrangle. A go-around is not easy on that thing. It don't like to turn. Well, Nelson brought that King Air down here looking real good. I like that. Good beans. Good beans.
Ghost, I'm sorry for crossing the runway on you.
The through traffic.
Just signal next time. Put your arm out the window.
I'll try to remember that.
Beautiful. Ah, what a nice group play. We all made it too. Oh man, time to shut this thing down.
What are you doing over there, Longhorn, hunting for wallabies?
yeah, trying to get out of the trees. These wings are bigger than I'm used to.
That is where the wallabies are.
I was just trying to turn around, but then my wing caught a tree and ripped me off the runway.
Nice. Everybody did a great job getting her down. Now, how do you like that, Coast? Me and you are the only ones in a C-130 tonight. Keeping it real.
I was thinking of the C-17, but gave it up.
Yeah, the C-17, it's a thing. But so is this, that C-130H from Captain Sim, I would say, probably behaves a little better than the Dirty 30. The Dirty 30 has stuff. But I gotta say, I gotta hand it to the Dirty 30 tonight. It performed perfectly for me. I didn't have a single issue, sim-wise or aircraft-wise. Everything was great. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come, like maybe this new update actually fixed stuff. If you get rid of the contents of your community folder. So cool.
By the way, Tailhook, I like your livery tonight. It's like the best one. I like the colors are great.
Yeah, I'd like that.
It's got a little more of a brown tint to it, doesn't it? Is that from what I'm seeing? Or is it just, it has, what am I looking at here? It's got some nice graphics on the tail, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it says on the front wheel well here. Custos calorium?
Some kind of Latin?
Yeah, maybe CUSTOS. Have to look that up.
Well, you'll have to tell your buddy Mentat that it was a pleasure flying with him. It was nice. Nice having another one of them 35s up in the air.
Yeah.
We got to make sure that everyone's safe.
That is for sure. We don't want to get attacked by kangaroos and camels and wallabies. And in our entire trip, we've been flying around Australia for close to 2 months. We only seen animal one time. We saw camels at one of the airports, and that was it.
Yeah, that is that's Latin for Guardians of the Sky.
Awesome. That's awesome. I
So
love that.
that is cool. That is
Are
cool.
they not Guardians of the Sky? How cool.
Yeah. That's sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Do
The
the
Mentat's got some
F-35's
cool stripes
wing
happening.
tips fold in? Because I'm looking at Mentat and his left wing is folded up.
Do they fold
Yeah,
up?
the F-35C has folding wingtips because it's the Navy version.
Yeah, so you can fit
Okay.
more of them on aircraft carrier or something, huh?
Yeah, that's why I
cool.
like flying the C, is because I can fly real slow and land with you. The A
Yeah.
and the B, you have to like 30 more knots to land.
It's like a real jet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it did that either. It looks cool.
I didn't know the animation shows. This is the first time I've seen it, unless maybe the update. Yeah, I can see the wingtips up.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that
a lot
is
of times
cool.
it don't.
That is very cool.
That's one thing about the C-130 from Captain Sim. It doesn't transmit any of the cool stuff, like the nose opening or the tail opening. You'll see it, and you'll see everybody else with their nose down, but it's not proper. You know what I'm saying? Huh, that's neat. That's another good thing about that F-35. Milviz, they do a good job on that stuff. Neat. Little powwow on the tarmac over there.
Yeah, we're all standing here like king of the hill.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I'll tell you what, my grandson sent my son a video, and I swear he looks like Bobby Hill.
That's awesome. Hey, Bobby's a good kid.
Oh yeah, Bobby.
Bobby.
That's my name too, and my brother does that to me all the time. He said, "Dang it, Bobby."
Dang it, Bobby.
I like your brother all the time now. That's great. Dang it, Bobby.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's so good.
I say that at the shop all the time, you know, when other guys are working on the equipment. Yeah, damn it, Bobby.
That's good.
Funny.
I don't know if you guys ever saw how they didn't reboot King of the Hill, but they've got new episodes. They got a whole new season of it. It's pretty good. I like it. Everybody's much older now, you know, of course.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good.
That's hilarious. John Redcorn and all that. That's just
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That was a great show. I always loved that. Hey, Nelson, come join us. Right on.
Yo, Hook, are you wearing a white shirt, tie, and shorts and sneakers?
Who?
You.
Yeah, I think so. I've got
your character. I see him in a white shirt, a tie, and shorts, and a pair of sneakers.
Trying to look like Angus Young.
Huh. Yeah, because my thing usually has got a green shirt, green shorts, black tennis shoes, ponytail.
Very cool. What an absolutely wonderful and joyous flight tonight. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. I love hanging out with all of you.
Yeah, Bob, I see you in your usual burgundy shirt and your work pants.
Yep, that's me.
Keeping it professional.
Mertec, I see a tie and here we go. Glasses, ponytail.
I'm professional.
There we go. I know before I had on the fighter pilot helmet, but it didn't match my shorts.
You got to be matching.
I had.
Well, pilots, I think I'm going to call it a stream here. It was a really good flight. Enjoyed that. Next week, we're going to be taking off out of here. Hopefully, we'll make it all the way to that that Air Force base. Where's that again? Tyndall Air Force Base.
Tyndall. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that on the way out of Australia. It should be a good time. So thanks everybody for joining. Thanks everybody for watching. And hopefully you have a good rest of the weekend and a good week. And we'll see you right back here on Friday night. We never miss a week. We'll see you then. Everybody take care and have a good one.
Thanks a lot.
Good night.
Yep. Bye now.